Well said by Paul Azinger. Probably would have included his small baby girl, too. She can't support him very well, but she doesn't know what's going on out there.
She may find out later Daddy should happen to get home with this trophy.
Tom Watson on the 18th tee. Again, as Jack pointed out earlier, from where we're sitting, only about maybe 500 yards away, we can't see him at all. Because there's the ball in the middle of the fairway, though. But on line of sight. Well, this is exactly the way it looks to us, and as you can see, you can't see down into the area where the second shots will be hit. Maybe a dim figure is what we'll be able to see. Payne Stewart at 18, and that par saver kept him in a tie for fourth place with Ben Crenshaw. Now, Ben has floated up the leaderboard since he finished with a fine round of 68, now finding himself in a tie for fourth. If he had been just a little bit closer, could have been in the fight.
In a sense, too, Jim, it's hard in a way, I think, to finish here. He's had a chance all day to win. Nothing happened for him. Now he's got to say, all right, let me just try to make a par here or a birdie and have at least a good tournament. But that's hard to do when you've thought all day, gosh, I've got a chance to win, and I couldn't make anything happen. Missed those putts at 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Those were the ones, weren't they? After he took a double bogey at 8, came back with an eagle at 9. Going with the iron. Up into the fog.
I wonder if they can see it finish, yeah.
I think it's in the fairway. It's in the fairway. The camera getting some moisture on it. You can see that from the fog.
I meant the player, though. In a way, you hit it out through the fog there. You may not be able to see where it comes down.
That may well be. Now on tape, this is Faldo at 17, the par 5, second shot. Didn't like it. Didn't like it.
Couldn't really tell there what he was trying to do, or...
Ed, that was on videotape, but you saw it, didn't you? Where to go?
Well, David, he is laid up short of these bunkers. Now, he had about 215 yards to carry the last bunker on the right, and I don't know, you know, I can't second guess. I thought he would have taken a 3-wood and gone ahead and hit the ball hard to try to get it past those. But he elected to play a safer shot, and he is short of these bunkers. He's in the center of the fairway.
How bad is the fog out there now, Ed?
Well, I had moved up the fairway to look back, and I could not see the ball at all in flight. I could barely see Nick swing. So it is very, very thick, and depth perception is very difficult.
And once again, the television camera can see better than the human eye. That's it doesn't look too bad on camera there. David Frost, who had a chance to win this championship today, but has dropped down to 1 under, 2 under now for the championship.
This could help Azinger a little bit. That Frost has the honor here. He can watch the shot and just see what the ball does in the air and how the wind affects it. I'm sure he's going to watch this very closely.
Coming off a birdie at 15 is David Frost.
And like we've seen so many, lost it to the right there. Can't feel that wind. Just, of course, flag's not moving too much, but it's from the players left to right.
That's where the ball went, left to right. Now the leader, but only by that slender stroke. At one point today, having started with a 1-stroke lead, he had a 3-stroke lead in this championship, but it's all but gone.
Faldo, I think, laid up there at 17 is laid up into a pretty hard third shot he's going to have. May have been a smart play, though, if he had 215 yards to carry that right-hand bunker. Because against the wind, it's pretty hard to hit it that far.
I don't think he could carry a 3 with 215 yards into the wind, if in fact he had that far.
Five minutes to 6 is the clock in back of him. No, it's not getting dark here at all. That doesn't happen until 10:30 at night. This is just the fog.
Well, in case you wonder if it means anything, we've seen a lot of balks here today. I mean, Faldo has pulled away about 3 times, and Paul just stepped back a little bit. Just put that ball on the green. Make the best swing you can.
All right, here it comes. Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Boy.
On that hole today, Jack.
That was a great shot. I mean, that was really a terrific shot. You know, we're thinking about Faldo. Faldo may have played 3-wood off the tee at 17 to take the bunkers out of play and didn't get it up far enough to be able to go over the bunkers in 2. Could well have done that. I'm not sure.
Now, for the first time, we see Payne Stewart's +2s today. He has taken off the rain pants for the walk up to the 18th green and the reception by the gallery. Second shot, though. Remember, at the moment, he's tied for 4th with Ben Crenshaw. 3 shots out of the lead. Finished second in this championship to Sandy Lyle, Royal St. George's.
Be right one time. Be the right.
Heard him say be right one time. There it is. It's on the green. That's a fine. What a beautiful shot.
He hits a lot of beautiful shots, Jim. That's another good one.
Should he make that birdie putt, he would move into a tie with Roger Davis for 3rd place. Roger Davis somewhere. Watching, waiting and hoping. Tom Watson, now 1 under for the championship. Where comes it from the fog? Over, running through the green and into heavy rough on the back.
Bad lie there. Of course, he plays those kind of shots. He works on that shot a lot, too, having a tall rough.
I'll assure you he practices it a lot.
Nick Faldo's 3rd shot on tape on 17, the par 5.
Oh, come on.
Just kicking down at the bank, just to the bottom, just on the fringe of the green. Faldo there in 3 on the par 5 hole. And there, that gives you a more realistic idea of what it looks like here. And now Payne Stewart and Tom Watson. The reception will be for both of these players. One who's won this championship 5 times. The other who hasn't won a major yet, but you can almost bet he will one day. It doesn't look like it's today. Jack, win or lose, that must be a great feeling. You get this reception at the British Open.
They give you a great reception at the British Open. The people here really appreciate their golf, and they appreciate the players coming all this way to play. And I think it's really nice and great feeling coming up that 18th fairway. And it's a better feeling if you're winning, obviously, but I'm sure Tom's enjoying this right now.
7,000 and more gathered in the grandstand, many other thousands ringing the green. And when the last pair comes up, all the 25,000 and more will be here. Well, now, Stewart can start looking at this putt, but first he's going to have to watch Tom Watson. Tom's sweater today looks a little like those guys on the sidelines holding the yardsticks. There he is, Natalie attired. But boy, did you get in this stuff at all on this hole during the championship, Jack?
No, I never hit it quite that far.
It's tough stuff, though, isn't it?
It's very tough. It's the real high stuff is the real tough stuff. I mean, you can probably play the lie that Tom has there.
Mm-hmm. I remember him playing a lie rather like this once, 17th at Pebble Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Faldo now, the 4th shot on the par 5, 17th. Well, he's left himself a putt, a little bit, toward the par. He has parred every hole in the tournament, today in the championship.
Jim, he did play a driver off the 17th tee, and I thought the second shot was the big shot for him to make the decision. If he had played to the left, he only had about 195 or 200 yards to clear those cross bunkers, but the last bunker was about 215 yards to clear, so he elected to play short.
Now this one could almost wrap it up. It's a birdie attempt here.
To give him some breathing room, which is what you're looking for now. It'll break to his right.
And so he hit it, does. He didn't hit it, then he knew it. So the par 3 will keep him at 6 under, 1 shot ahead of Faldo. There's Stewart now with the birdie attempt on 18, which will move him to 4 under, 2 shots behind the leader.
Tom Watson did chip down very nicely and made his par here at the 18th to finish at 1 under for the championship.
You know, Payne, when he won at Bay Hill earlier this year, Jim, won the tournament finally after a long, dry spell and donated the entire first prize to a charity there in memory of his father, which was a wonderful gesture.
First prize of more than $100,000, by the way.
See, a lot of people putt with the toe of the putter off the ground. Payne putts the other way. The heel's a little bit off the ground. It's very upright.
Nope. The par 4 then will bring Payne Stewart in at 3 under par for the championship with a 1 over par round of 72 today.
Had a lot of chances and just could get it when he needed it.
And he will tie for 4th place with Ben Crenshaw, who shot 68 today. Faldo made his par at 17. Watson and Stewart finished for the day, but they've done themselves proud. Let's take a break here and come back for the finish. Here we go. There's the situation. Azinger by 1 over Faldo. Faldo about to play 18. Azinger about to play 17. A full hole between them. Roger Davis, of course, in the clubhouse, as are Ben Crenshaw and Payne Stewart. Now, this is David Frost on tape. Remember, on the 16th hole of par 3, he left it in the bunker on his second shot. But the gods of golf take away and they give sometimes here in Scotland. And in the fog and the mist, who knows what leprechauns were at work. Watch this. Watch closely. Into the hole. Almost on the fly.
Almost. No, I think it was on the fly.
I thought it caught the corner, but
unbelievable.
Take it away. Well, caught the corner.
That's Olympic judging there. I think this is a 10.
Well, let's see.
My card's going to be a 10 here for this.
All right. Okay.
Well, the idea is just to keep trying. You never know when the hole might get in the way.
I thought it was 995. Let's see. I think you're right. In the hole on the fly.
What a crazy game.
For a routine par 3. So, David Frost stays where he was at 2 under for the championship. And notice now, you know, there were, 8 people, 2, 4, 6, 8 under par now. And then on the first day, we had Roger Davis at 7 under par. But they all started coming back to the board here at Muirfield. Par being 284 for 72 holes. Ian Woosnam ended up even, as you see. Nick Price even. Mark McNulty, who's won 6 tournaments this year, the South African. Not on the American Tour, though. Hal Sutton. Young Olazabal of Spain. You'll be hearing a lot of him. Later today, by the way, the World 12-meter Yachting Championships featuring Dennis Conner from Sardinia. And that'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern. And at 5 o'clock Eastern, Mutual of Omaha's Spirit of Adventure, uncovering China's hidden wildlife. And here we are at the almost hidden golf course at Muirfield. Top American scores. Azinger, of course, not completed at 6 under. Payne Stewart at 3, and Ben Crenshaw shot 68. Stewart shot 72. Craig Stadler not finished yet at 1 under. Tom Watson, who shot 74. Calcavecchia there. Hal Sutton, Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, and Larry Mize. Larry Mize again. Ken Green and Danny Edwards. There's Fuzzy Zeller. And the others that you see there. Lots of big American names. Boy, this got tough. Jack Nicklaus.
We could have done without that one.
If
that TV will do it to you every time. I'm here to tell you.
Got you nailed right to the wall.
Jack, I think most golfers would settle for a career for your second-place finishes in this Open Championship alone.
Well, I've had a couple of them.
You've had more than a couple.
6, to be exact.
Yeah. To say nothing of your 3 victories. Paul Azinger now in the bunker on the par 5 17th hole.
He's playing out sideways.
As he had to on the 18th hole yesterday.
He had no chance, Jim. If he drove it in the one spot, you can't drive it, and had to come out backwards. He couldn't go forward at all.
Can he get home in 3?
no chance to get home in 3. He's going to have to play a good shot to get over the bunkers, and he'll be about 110, 100 yards short.
Well, he'll have to go some to make 6 there then, Jim.
We may yet be talking playoff here, which would be, remember, a 5-hole aggregate total playoff, which would be immediately following play, and we'd be on to bring it to you.
He's got about 205 yards, Jim, to the pin.
Faldo on 18. He's parred every hole to this point. There it is. Safely on.
He doesn't know how important that shot is because he doesn't know what's happening to Azinger behind him.
Has it ever tightened up? Par golf all the way around. For Nick Faldo.
Ballesteros parred the first 17 holes the first round and double bogeyed this hole. I didn't want to mention that when Mr. Faldo was out there.
Azinger's third shot on the par 5 17th.
Rossi, looks like he's going to lay up with that, or can he knock that across those bunkers?
Well, if he goes left, he can knock it across the bunkers with that iron. He's got to carry it about, I'd say 190 yards. And that is perfect. Great angle to come in on his 4th shot.
All right, now he might be able to make 5 from there.
But it will be, as you say, it's his 4th shot on the par 5.